Welcome to this.
Remember, what the horse calls play, the monkey calls business, but Tom calls foolery.
To Tom, it's all foolery. Welcome back to Double Exposure, episode 12. We're recording this on Monday, the 11th of May. Should be watching this on the 12th of May. If it didn't come out that day, I've done
I
something.
guess you're not watching it the 12th of May then.
What's that?
I guess they're not watching it the 12th of May.
Well, they should be, right? It should be
They
coming
should
out
be,
tomorrow.
but they're not.
There's been a
Shame on
grave error if they're not watching it tomorrow. If you know,
They're missing out.
I mean, you can watch it any day after the 12th. Really.
Yeah, but you're missing out.
You are, yeah, you're missing
You're a
out.
bad
Yeah,
person.
you're missing
You're a
out.
bad
Yeah,
person.
yeah. So I'm
If
gonna.
we uploaded this on the 13th of May and you're not watching it on the 12th, you're just a horrible person.
Yeah, no. I mean, honestly, like, do better.
And it's on you.
The
Yeah.
show deserves better.
Yeah.
We have 35 subscribers. We got a lot of weight we
This
can
is
push
why
around.
you are
okay?
where you are.
Yeah. Okay. Gonna kick us off this week. You got anything top of the house before I get into stories? I've got a story that I wanna cover first because I think it's gonna segue in between the two of us wonderfully.
Well, a quick one is, do you see this
Motherfucker, I just said, you got anything before we start stories? And he's like, well, I've got a story actually for you, Sean. Go ahead.
Yeah. You seen The Bear?
No.
Great show.
Yeah, no, I've seen clips.
Do you see what they did this week?
No.
They just-
Oh, the secret episode. I
They
heard about
just told
this. Yeah,
no one
yeah.
and dropped a secret episode that's a
And it's
1 hour
a prequel,
to
right?
the whole
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
It's got John Burney.
John Burney and
Yeah.
he wrote him and Eben Moss-Bacharach wrote it.
Who the fuck is that? The guy that plays
He's-
Carmi?
No, he's the guy who plays the other guy, Richie.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
They wrote it and they made it.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
Who produces that show? Like who's the
Hulu?
like is it HBO, Hulu?
Hulu, I think.
Okay,
But it's
cool.
on Disney Plus.
Niche.
Yeah.
Niche. Yeah, I've wanted to watch it, but
I didn't get to
you know
watch
me,
the
I'm terrible
episode.
for watching television shows. I'm really bad.
I didn't
Really
watch
bad.
the episode yet, but you kind of have to be in the right headspace to watch The Bear because it kind of just makes
It's all about anxiety and being
makes you so anxious.
yeah and
A
stuff
friend
like
of mine
that.
was like, "Oh, I used to watch it and I stopped because it makes me anxious." I was like, "You can't be that bad." And I watched it. I was like, I'm so anxious, man.
Yeah, no, that's what I've heard. I mean, it looks like a great show. I mean,
It's great.
Good for those guys. You know, that's also
Like
like
you can a monster, watch that, and you'll just
die.
anxiety attack.
Yeah, you'll die. Like yeah. Okay, my first story of the week. You ready for this?
Go.
This
Not
is
fast
from Games Radar by Megan Garside. Shout out to Megan Garside. That's kind of Garside's kind of a cool name. That's a Star Wars ass name. Lord of the Rings star Andy Serkis says he doesn't see a difference between game and movie acting and says Hollywood is using video game engines to help with action scenes.
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
He's the goat.
He's the GOAT. But he says there's always been snobbery around video game acting. And he says he's finding it kind of funny to see that now Unreal Engine is being used for motion capture, which is a field that he is I don't want to say he's the pioneer of, but like
king.
He's the king of it, you know, for
He's
sure.
Gollum. He's Caesar. He's King Kong.
Yep. I'm not surprised to see that, but it's funny that like I think Serkis has dealt with a lot of like you're not a real actor.
He
from
should have an
people.
Oscar for
Oh,
Gollum.
100%.
Or
No,
for Caesar,
no
if
question
not
out of
both.
my mind.
But
you know?
because he's motion capture, didn't get.
No, which is ridiculous. Like, here's why
He
are
was Snoke.
But why are you getting? He was Snoke, unfortunately for him. Why are you getting snobby about motion capture when they're literally replacing people with AI?
Yeah.
Like that's not the hill to die on. It's
Yeah.
not being a loser. But I was like, you know what? That's cool. I think he's 100% right that as film, you know, changes and like I think especially like. Within the last like 10 years, I remember when we were growing up, movies aren't good anymore because they use CGI. Do you remember that all the time? That was what was thrown around.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's something that maybe people younger than us like won't have heard as much necessarily. But I remember that was like when Avatar came out, it was like movies are dead. You know, which like I mean, after seeing James Cameron's Avatar, I was inclined to agree with them, you know?
So was I.
Yeah, but it wasn't because of the CGI. It was just because Jim Cameron's making stupid movies. But I think it's interesting now to see that, like, the lines are even more blurred than they used to be, but in a way that I think is good because, like, look at the, like, Star Wars shows, look at horror movies. Some things will prefer practical. Some things will prefer digital. Some things will do a mix of both. There's a time and a place for everything. God knows I would have preferred some digital scenes over what we've seen in that most recent trailer for the Odyssey. Eh,
We'll get
Don?
into that. We'll get into that.
Let's do it.
Well, before we get into it, while you're on Andy Serkis, did you see he directed Animal Farm? Came out on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. Reviewed very poor.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's been out for a while, no?
No, I think it was like last week.
I thought that had been out for a while.
I don't know, maybe it has. Maybe I'd only just heard it last week.
I'm pretty sure it's been out for a while. Maybe it came to Netflix over here recently. Animal Farm and Andy Serkis.
Are we going to get into the Odyssey?
Let's do it.
The Odyssey.
Let's do it.
I made you watch the trailer, 5 minutes ago?
About 5 minutes ago, yeah.
Bad trailer. Bad
But like
trailer.
it's 2020. This came out in 2025. This movie, Animal Farm.
I don't know.
So I don't know. Maybe it just came to Netflix over here.
Maybe.
But fucking yeah. Okay, the Slapacy. Let's get into it. This is bad, man. Like, why do I've never understood the veneration of Christopher Nolan ever. I think that Christopher Nolan seems like a lovely chap. Before I say anything else, he seems like a consummate gentleman. He works with a lot of Irish people, so he clearly doesn't have that English snobbery that I know a lot of people in that realm of Hollywood, Cara Delevingne, have. You know. Go check out our previous episodes to learn my beef with Cara Delevingne. But you know, I
watch that be the one we never uploaded.
no, that's up there. But fucking, I just think Christopher Nolan. People are like, he's high on his own supply as a director all the time. The Dark Knight's not even that good. It's not even his best movie about Batman. It's Begins, you know, and you know it's Prestige is his best one outright. There we go.
Prestige is my favorite one of his movies.
Yeah, it's his best one. I just think that like Christopher Nolan is a victim of his own success, where he can't stop making movies, and is like, I don't even know how to describe these movies except that they're all messy, but they're all like Reddit, like they're made for Reddit. They're like, I am very smart, but they never really meaningfully meditate on any of their concepts because they're too busy with some experimental film camera for an action scene that's really poorly blocked out. I remember Dunkirk, and every single one of his movies is the same as Dunkirk. People talk about that like that's the black sheep of his films. It's not. They're all like that. Dunkirk is just the one that like doesn't even try and hide it because they gave up halfway through. Your turn. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of him. I'm sick of his movies.
I like his movies.
All of them?
I like all of them. Tenant's my least favorite, but I still like it. I don't think I've seen all of them though. There's probably one or two I haven't seen.
Memento's okay.
I really like Memento.
Memento's good. Man,
Memento's up there for me.
I don't know.
Oh, it's really
I don't know if it's up there. I mean, it's okay. It's cool.
That was like his second movie, wasn't it? Second, third?
First feature.
Early. Yeah.
First feature.
But anyway, we're on about the Odyssey.
We must.
You're a well-known Odyssey hater since the very start. And
yeah,
I was like,
because I love the Odyssey, and I hate to see it in the wrong hands.
And I was like,
and every time I look at that trailer, it's in the wrong hands.
And you were like, oh, the costume sucks. This all sucks. I was like, I don't think it's that bad. And then I watched that trailer. I was like, oh my gosh.
Sean is right.
You said, was it last week? This will be the first movie he makes that will review negatively.
I hope so.
I don't think it'll review negatively.
I think it will. I think by negatively, I mean negatively for who he is. I think you're gonna. Here's my prediction. Okay, lock it in, and I want you to throw out a number as well. 68% Rotten Tomatoes.
Not 69.
No, 68. And not 6.7. Get the fuck away from me.
I think it'd be like around the 70. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you're gonna price is right at me on this?
No, maybe around the 60s. Yeah.
I think you're going to see a strong undercurrent of negative reviews. But then you're going to have the glazers.
Yeah, I was going to say
there's a lot of review bureau glazers for.
There'll be a lot of people glazing it.
Yeah, there will. Yeah.
Like I seen a guy on Letterboxd I follow, and he made his 4 favorite films. You can do that.
Yeah.
He made all 4 of them the Odyssey. It's not even out yet. He put up a review for the movie.
He's an idiot. Is he a reviewer?
Yeah.
Who's listening to that guy? He's an idiot. He hasn't seen the movie yet. Oh my god.
Put up a
Robert
review.
Eggers not Robert Eggers. Roger Ebert just turning in his grave. Just like he's just turning in his grave. The worms are making him turn right now. He's going, oh, there's an imbalance in the force. There's an imbalance in the force. I need to come back and I need to make movie reviewers good people again with brain cells. We need a Roman. You want to talk about the Odyssey? That's Greek. We need a Roman decimation on movie reviewers.
I know a guy personally, and he's like, the Odyssey will be the best movie of the year.
He's an idiot.
And he's like, oh,
he may well be right. I haven't seen
I'm
it,
making my list top movies of the year. He's already put the Odyssey in it. I was like, you haven't seen it? He's like, I just know it's going to be a 10 out of 10 movie. But I was like, no matter how bad it is, you're going to come out now saying it's 10 out of 10.
Yeah, because you can't live with the shame if you're wrong.
There's a lot of people saying that. But I thought it was going to be good. I think it was going to be the best movie of the year. That's going to be Dune 3, easily. That's my prediction.
I mean, I don't see how anything's going to knock Hokum off for me.
Really?
Yeah.
You think? Oh, interesting.
I don't think anything's going to knock
It's gone
off.
up again. So
here's my thing with Dune 3, and I promise we have more to say about the Odyssey. Here's my thing about Dune 3.
Denis Villeneuve.
I love Denis Villeneuve. I love the 2 Dune movies. I love Dune Messiah. I like it as the book that is really hard to adapt. I'm looking at the trailer. It looks awesome. Don't know if it's Messiah. Kind of looks like it's its own thing.
We'll see.
I'm really excited. I think I'm going to like it. I don't think I'm going to like it as much as I like the book. We'll see. We will see.
But anyway, back to the Odyssey.
So
I was like, I don't think it'd be bad. I don't know if it's going to be the best movie of the year. I think people are glazing it. And then I watched the last two trailers and nothing really blew me away. And then I watched this trailer and I was like, this is bad. This is a bad trailer.
Roger Ebert just in his grave, just
But
full. The worms are dancing. They're begging. They're rapping. They're rapping up against the top of the coffin, going, "Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! I have to review this film. Someone has to be honest about Christopher Nolan."
Anyway. But a lot of people are giving out that like the actors aren't using Greek accents, and that doesn't really bother me because
No, I don't care about that.
no, I don't care about that. Then people are like, but usually when you make movies like that, like a lot of the time, like they'll use English accents.
Yeah.
Like you have Tom
I
Holland.
mean, I would have liked an effort to use some Greek actors. It's not like there are none in the industry.
Yeah. But like a lot of people are saying Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson are English, that the rest of the cast should use an English accent. I don't think the accent matters too much.
No, that doesn't bother me.
My issue is the dialogue. And then, so I watched that trailer and I was like, that just sounds bad. And then someone sent me the trailer and they're like, this is going to be the best movie ever. And I was like,
Who? Name them. That's
well,
ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
But then I was like,
All these people need a
I
fucking
don't know, man.
MRI.
I was like, might just be a personal opinion, but I think the dialogue sounds kind of ass. And then we're on to the YouTube comment section and everyone else was saying it. Like, in these kind of movies, they're like, they would say father, not dad or
Daddy. Like, fucking go away, Tom Holland.
I like Tom
I
Holland.
like the kid, you know, but like.
I like the
Fuck,
kid as if he's
dude.
younger than you.
What's that?
You're there, I like the kid, he's older than you.
Is he?
He is, yeah, he's 30. Or he's 29 or something.
No.
He is, yeah.
He's always going to be my friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, man. Whatever.
But yeah,
He's a kid.
I like Tom Holland. He's great in The Devil all the time. But in this, like, he's like,
What a
"My dad."
fucking film.
He's like, my dad. And then Robert Pattinson. I think Robert Pattinson will be great. I think he's going to be a standout. But
Have you read The Odyssey yet?
I've read bits of it. I haven't read the whole thing yet.
Like,
I plan on reading it before this comes out.
here's my thing on The Odyssey, right? The Odyssey is not the Count of Monte Cristo, right? The Odyssey is many things, okay? But Lord of the Rings it is not, okay? The Odyssey is a really long Aesop's fable. And the dialogue in the Odyssey is using that poetic license. You understand as you read the text. They didn't say it like that. The Homer,
It's known as a collection of poems. Like,
it is a collection of poems. Homer is diluting the essence down of what they say into like what was probably fucking 30 minutes of arguing between these people. Were they real? Has been diluted down to maybe 2 lines. You know, sorry, we should not do that. Yes, but we will.
yeah.
That's right. And so this is not an adaptable thing, okay, in that way. I think that if you wanted to adapt the Odyssey and you wanted to do it right, you would probably do it in animation, okay? You know, where you could be creative about how you do that, you know? Because the dialogue in the Odyssey serves a purpose within the poem, right? The epic poem that it is, you know? It's like, you know, no one's out here making the fucking Epic of Gilgamesh rule like as written from the Sanskrit stone text it was carved in.
A lot of people are
like,
saying
this is insane. This
lot of
guy
people
doesn't know what he's doing.
A lot of people are saying it's more the Iliad than the Odyssey is what they're doing. I don't know about that, but my issue besides the dialogue, right?
I mean, yes, like that's some terminology bullshit though. You can call it the Odyssey.
Yeah. But
The first 2 poems are the Odyssey, and then there's the Ennead.
But besides the dialogue sucking ass in this trailer, he's sleeping. Oh.
Dude, why have they cold closed both trailers like that? That scene sucks. Stop showing that.
I don't think that the Cyclops looks that bad. To be honest, you do.
That looks awful.
But it's very dark. Like the lighting.
It's no Jim Henson Yoda. You know what I mean? That puppet.
But what I thought was awful is when they're going in the forest fighting those big dudes. The costumes look terrible.
Dude,
the costumes.
Don made me watch the trailer.
You can see the undersuit.
Right before we hit roll, he made me watch the trailer. And I'd seen the costume of these dudes who I think are meant to be like Agamemnon's men, or I'm not even sure.
I don't know, they look like giants.
They cannot be the men of Troy. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so, or not Troy, but whatever. Yeah, no, Troy, yeah. But anyway, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But anyway, I don't know who they're supposed to be. I can't recall. I mean, like, they're in a forest. Do you know how many fucking forests are in the Odyssey? They go to like 7 islands, man. Like, they're all forests. Anyway, so So there's these big dudes in silver armor with helmets they genuinely cannot see from. Like
Silver's being
these
generous.
things are worse than stormtrooper helmets, dude. Like you can't aim in there. One of them picks up a guy and he throws him at the tree, but the tree doesn't like smash. Like there's no particle effects. The tree is sliced in half by a man. I'm playing the footage right now. I'm editing it with this, slowing down the footage so you can see. But I was laughing at this, not slowing it down. It's just even funnier when you slow it down. Dude, this movie looks fucking like this is an atrocity. Who's gonna go? Why are people gonna see this movie?
I'm looking for an image here that like compares that to what it could have been. I can't find it, but if I find it, I'll send it to you and you can put it up.
Who
like you
cares
said,
what it could have
you
been,
said
even
from
it
the
shouldn't
first
have
like
been made.
images that
it looks horrible.
It looks horrible. And I was like, I don't think the costumes look that bad. Like,
now that you see them, though,
Agamemnon's helmet looks terrible. That looked terrible.
What's with the chrome spine? The chrome gold spine.
Yeah,
like, that doesn't look like gold. It's ridiculous. I hate
that
it.
looked bad since the start, and also you can't convince me Benny Safdie is intimidating. But besides
No.
that, like, oh man, look at that. It's so bad.
They look like orcs from Lord of the Rings. So
They do.
I assume
bad.
it's like the trolls or whatever that they mean.
But like, you can see the undersuit. Like, you're fighting that guy. Where'd you aim for? Because he might as well just draw a target on it. Like,
yeah, that's fucking ridiculous.
look at these patches of armor, just not. Oh man,
It looks atrocious.
like I would.
Why are they wearing like European plate
I'm
armor,
kind
by
of
the way?
excited for the movie, but like a trailer is supposed to up your excitement. Didn't make me more excited. Made me kind of less excited.
I mean, do you feel like you're in the minority, or do you think people like? Do you think the zeitgeist is going to shift, and it's going to be cool to not like this movie soon before it comes out?
Oh, I can see that happening. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Do
I mean, the Nolan Glazers, it's like
July.
July. It's the Roman the Nolan Glazers are like a phalanx. They're a shield wall. They're hard to penetrate. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know
Well-
how. If the lines break, I think this movie's gonna.
If you look at the recommended videos from what we have up in the TV there, from where you just watch the trailer, like you get the first two trailers, so that we'll probably get one more trailer. If you look at the third video there, it says the Odyssey. I got a bad feeling about this one.
by the critical drinker, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think people are going to be
That's from 4 days ago. It currently is that 1.6 million views? Is that what it says?
1.6 million.
And I mean, he's quite a big. I'm not super familiar with him, but I've heard the name. I know he's a pretty big influencer.
But people are going to be like, if it's cool to hate the Odyssey, just come back here. I don't hate it yet. I haven't seen it, so I can't give an opinion. But from that trailer, I'm I don't know, man.
Look,
I'm more excited for Star Wars than this, and my hype for Star Wars we can talk about soon. That's gone up so much.
So here's my thing, man, and I'd like to know what you sort of think about this as well, because like how many times have you and I had the conversation of what an adaptation should be? Infinite amount of times. We've always talked about that, right? And especially because we grew up with video games as well, and we've seen so many of them turn into adaptations that like aren't great or like whatever.
Video game.
What's that?
The Odyssey could be a decent video game.
Phenomenal, I'm sure. Yeah. But I'm trying to think of like, have you played Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
No.
Oh, dude.
Telltale the Odyssey.
We might have a book club candidate right there actually with AC Odyssey. Anyway, my favorite Assassin's Creed. So basically, my thing on adaptations is like, if it's transformative of the original work, I don't mind if it's different. But also, then I bring up the point: how do you justify this not just being a different thing?
Yeah.
Why are you using the name? Right? Perfect example of that would be like Prey, for those of you who know about that. That was a video game about being abducted by an alien, and then it got rebooted with a game that a Native American.
I thought you meant the Predator film.
No. There's a game called Prey, and it was about a Native American dude who gets funnily enough, Native American dude who gets kidnapped by aliens.
Oh yeah.
But then his ancestors' spirits start guiding him through the ship to try and get back home. And I know that sounds really weird. It is. But it was cool because obviously like someone had a vision and they let him make it. You know what I mean? Then they made another game called Prey that is nothing like that. It's actually much closer to something like Alien. And it was like, well, why are you doing that? Like the name doesn't mean anything anymore, you know? Yeah. So anyway, that shouldn't have been called Prey, is my example basically. I don't know how I feel about this movie because like it doesn't feel like it's transformative enough. From what we've seen, it looks like it's a literal rip of the Odyssey script. Like it looks like you ran the epic poem through ChatGPT and turned this into a movie script.
The costumes definitely do.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Nolan was like, "Oh, I've got this weird vision where I'm going to make the costumes."
Christopher Nolan's here with us.
We'll use AI to recapture the epic poem and it'll be this wonderful meld of culture and technology. So it'll be a new Odyssey for a new age. Fuck off. I'm sure some shit like that's after happening, because I don't think any human alive would come up with these. Honestly, you know what? I bet the concept art for these does look good. Maybe it's like Yoji Shinkawa fucking Metal Gear Solid level concept art that looks amazing, but just doesn't translate amazingly to live action. I don't know. I'm being too hard on it there. I'm being pedantic and I'm being petty and I'm being an idiot.
Because I like all of his movies. I think I might be a little bit disappointed about this one, but we'll wait till
last thing I want to say is, and this is on the
You're going to have to watch it now to rant about it.
Of course. We'll be doing a spoiler talk. But last thing I want to say is, the movie is not sure whether it wants to look gritty and dark, because all of the armor is colored dark like it's a gritty fantasy thing, right? But all of their faces in the film are so clean, except for one shot where they literally just rubbed some like moist dirt on two of the actors' faces in that trailer. That looks atrocious as well. Where's the makeup department? You know?
I didn't even have to think about which scene that was. You just said it, I was like, yeah. That's
what they look like, right? It just looks like quick, rub a bit of this on, I'm gonna grab the shot, I'm gonna go for lunch. But but at the same time, then you look at the like orc guys that we were laughing at and stuff like that, and they're high fantasy.
Yeah.
Which is it?
Yeah. True, yeah.
Because I don't think you mix the aesthetics and it works.
Yeah. That's true. I didn't think of that.
Because like
even the way that scene's colored looks very different.
But like the whole thing about dark fantasy is it's a rebuttal to high fantasy, right? High fantasy is about idealism and dark fantasy is about realism, right? Game of Thrones, prime dark fantasy. Before that, the zeitgeist of fantasy was all Lord of the Rings centric. It was about idealism. Game of Thrones comes in, it feels so different because it's pragmatic, you know? It's alliances and ties and bloodlines and circles of power and institutes, you know? So when you merge those aesthetics, you know, what are you doing? The only explanation I can come up with to give Nolan some credit, because I'm not saying he never has ideas. I just don't like his execution more often than not. I think his execution is lazy and it's sloppy. I think some of his ideas are very good. I think if you look at the script for Tenet, it's fantastic, you know? I think the costume design in Tenet as well is fucking amazing. So I don't know where those guys went. But anyway, real quick, what I wanted to say is, the only thing I can think of is if back home, they're worried about the reality, the pragmatic element of things, and meanwhile, he's going on this crazy journey, so you're bringing in the high fantasy aesthetics. But to be honest with you, I don't know if that serves some kind of greater thematic purpose. I don't know what you'd work into that. And I don't quite think that Nolan is the visionary who can figure that out. Sorry.
We'll see.
We'll see.
When's it coming out? July?
July, I think.
We'll see in July.
We'll see in July. We will be here. We're ready to report Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
Do you have another topic, or will I go?
I mean, I think we've sort of teased Star Wars there.
Yeah.
You know?
I got a couple of quick ones, but...
Sure, you wanna fire... No, I think... You want to do Star Wars? We've talked about it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do Star Wars. What's going on?
You go first.
No. You had things to say. You brought it up.
A while ago, we were on about... Oh, I wasn't that excited for The Mandalorian Grogu. And then the trailer came out. I was like, it makes me a bit more excited. And then I made a list a while ago, and The Mandalorian Grogu wasn't even on it for my most anticipated movies of the year, which is wild. It's a Star Wars movie, and at one point, Star Wars was my favorite thing ever made. And then we watched the Mall show.
We're going to bring you back.
Go on.
We're going to bring you back.
Yeah, I was watching the Mall show, and I was like...
And you hate that animation.
Yeah, I was like, this is okay. And then I finished the Mall show, I was like, this is actually like 10 out of 10. Like, this is amazing.
It's you can't fight how good it is.
And then I started watching Andor.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And I'm thinking about playing Jedi Survivor.
Oh, please. Jedi Survivor is so good. Well, Fallen Order comes first.
Fallen Order, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Fallen Order. So good. You played some Fallen Order already, I think. No?
No, not really, no.
Fallen Order is so good. You'll love it. You'll love it.
And I started watching Andor. I watched the first 2 episodes of Andor like 2 years ago, and I was like, oh, this is very slow to start. I can't get into it.
You told me that at the time.
Yeah, I think I must have been scrolling my phone watching it, because I watched it last night, and I just was immediately gripped. I was like, this is actually what I wanted for so long. It's just adult Star Wars.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is. And it's so good. It is so good.
Because like this is what I think they need to do more big franchises like Marvel and stuff, is you make stuff that's specifically for adults, not for kids.
I feel like that's why people liked Netflix Daredevil and Jessica Jones and stuff, right? Yeah. You know?
Like you can have
that's by the way.
You can have your Star Wars kids can watch, like Mandalorian Grogu when it's come out, but you need to have stuff that for adults. I
hate on most Marvel stuff, but I try not to shit on things like Daredevil and Jessica Jones and stuff like that, because I know that they're trying to do what Andor successfully did for Star Wars. And once I saw Andor, I kind of had a new respect for them, and I kind of saw them in a new light. They're still not my thing. It's not my world. It's not my universe. I don't care for it. So seeing a more adult version of that doesn't cater to me. But when you're like talking about how good Daredevil is and whatever, I'm genuinely excited for you, because I want more stuff like Mando, like Andor, you know, that are like Mando is like all of the soul of Star Wars, and Andor is all of the brains.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about those two, and they connect in that way.
But then as well with Andor, like they started cursing, and I was like, they've never cursed in Star Wars before,
yeah.
and it doesn't take you out of it. It's very it feels like it fits
because Andor is so gritty. I hate the word gritty to describe things, but there's no other word for Andor. They are in the fucking trenches every day in Andor.
When I watched it 2 years ago, I was kind of I think I must have been scrolling my phone or something, but like I never picked up that at the start when he's looking for a sister, that's a brothel. Yeah, I never picked that up because I thought at that point he was working for the rebellion, he was looking for a sister, and then it clicked after. I was like, that's a brothel.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then he kills those two dudes, and then I realized, he's not even part of the rebellion yet. So like,
he's just a guy.
He's just a dude. And then like the last thing I think I seen was Stellan Skarsgård's character interacting with him, and he's like trying to sell the thing to Stellan Skarsgård's character, and Stellan Skarsgård's character is like,
whole speech is so good.
And he's like, he doesn't really care if he gets the thing or not. He still wants it, but he's like, he more wants him.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh man, that was so.
And when he's like, when he asks Andor like, how did you do it or whatever, and he's like, they would never think that we little rats beneath their feet
just walk in
could walk into their palace. Like,
but that's what I wanted.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Because I said for ages I wanted a show that's just like the rebellion, how it came to be.
And here you have it.
And there should be no force. Like, even though that's a big part of Star Wars, I think you need Project, but there's no force, there's no lightsabers, there's nothing.
They never do that.
Like in the Force Unleashed games, do you know the way like the rebellion kind of starts coming together at the end?
There's something like lightsabers in Andor for like one or two scenes.
So that's fine. Like,
but it's more about it's not what you think it is. It's using kyber crystals in an interesting way.
Yeah. But I'm excited.
It's very cool.
I'm excited to watch
it's
the rest
very cool. What? Sorry, you said something just there, right before I yapped about kyber crystals.
Oh yeah, like one thing I really, really liked is, do you remember the Force Unleashed games?
Yeah.
Do you know the way at the end, like when the rebellion starts coming together? Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah.
Like I want to see the rebellion come together. I want to see like the people getting beat down and then coming back.
Oh man, you're gonna get it in Andor.
Yeah. Oh, I think when I'm done, I'll rewatch Rogue One. I think I'll have a deeper appreciation for
I watched Rogue One once I finished Andor, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, I think I will.
I didn't like Rogue One for a while. I was quite confused on how I felt about the film.
I think as I get older as well, all the rebellion stuff is way more interesting to me.
Yeah, 100%.
Because when I was younger, I was like, oh, the prequels, they're just fun. And now I'm like, Princess Leia might be my favorite character in the original trilogy.
She's amazing. Yeah, she's so good, you know? But, fucking...
I'm actually, when we're done here, I actually want to go watch it. Like,
yeah, no, do, yeah.
100%. I haven't been excited to watch Star Wars in a long time.
Absolutely. Please also play Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. They are so good. They are so good. They are so good. What was I going to say? So me and Georgia have been running through the movies, right? So last we checked in, we had watched A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. And I talked about how it's still just so funny to me. When Vader cuts off Luke's hand, she goes, "No, that doesn't happen. That's not real. This is a dream sequence." She thought he was still in the dream in Dagobah the whole movie. And then in the real episodes, in her version of episode 6, that's when he goes to Cloud City and beats Vader there. Because she didn't know there was an emperor, you know? So I just thought that was really funny as a first-time viewer.
Yeah.
I've never heard that idea, someone thinking that as they were like looking through the film. We watched these films when we were 6. I don't remember what my original guesses about how it all would go were. I don't even know if I had them, you know? But I also was like, look, the rebels aren't... I prepped her before we started. I was like, the rebels aren't that cool. Because that's what we used to say when we were kids, you know? And then the rebels grew on me. So I assumed it would be the same for her. It's funny, though. Like you said, like the older you get, the more you appreciate the rebellion, you know? And stuff like that. She was like, no, the rebels ripped the fuck out. What do you mean? I was like, huh, interesting. This is what it's like for an adult to watch Star Wars for the first time. Not a child who's like, the clones and stormtroopers have armor. And they're cool. But we came...
Well, the concept of the clones before they made the Clone Wars show was just the stupidest thing ever. Like,
what was the original concept again?
Well, no, it's just the fact that like they're all clones of Jango Fett, and then the droid. It's like there's no stakes. They're like
George Lucas originally had a different plan for what the Clone Wars were.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And I can't remember what it was, but it is ridiculous.
Maybe it was something about slavery with clones or something.
I think the clones were not the Republics. They were like another army that came in later or something, like a third party or something. Anyway.
The prequels before the Clone Wars, where the clones are just copy and paste versus this copy and paste droid army. It's like, what's the point?
What's the point? Yeah. Then when the Clone Wars comes out and the books and stuff like that actually
I think
explore
as well, when he wrote the old
mentalities.
Rule of Two, he backed himself into a corner with what he was able to do.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Yeah.
You know? I saw a meme the other day and it was like a guy, it was like a sketch, and he was like oh hey man, how's the Jedi training coming along? And the Jedi's like, it's great. And he goes, you think you're going to make it? You think you're going to graduate from being a Padawan and be a Jedi Knight? He goes, absolutely. And the other guy goes, absolute. But fucking. So we sat down and we watched Return of the Jedi. That's our favorite movie in the OT.
Yeah, it's not as bad as you remember, is it?
No, it is. No, it is.
Like
no, it is. But it's also like, man, Luke is cold as fuck in that film. Like,
yeah, and when I was a kid, I was like, Luke's so boring, man. He's such
yeah,
a
no, we
whine.
both were.
I was
But like, when you get older, you realize that like
Mark Hamill is in fact the GOAT.
Luke choosing to do nothing is the
actually-
coolest shit.
Yeah, but you see what Mark Hamill did as well with the Trump stuff.
No.
Oh, I'll show you that after.
Okay.
My man does not care like what happens in life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does not
Is he just
care.
saying shit?
Oh, he's
good for
like-
him. Good for Mark. Fucking, I was gonna say that night we watched that at about like 5 o'clock. So we were done by like 7, half 7, because we were watching the special edition. So they're all like 2.5 hours long, right? And so she was like, "Oh man, that's amazing. That's so nice. Whatever." And she was like, "Now we do the sequels?" And I said, "No. Now we do the prequels." So I put on the Phantom Menace. Right?
Yeah.
We end up doing the whole prequel trilogy that night. We watched 4 movies that day.
Damn.
Right? So put on the Phantom Menace. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
That's the one that's not as bad as I remember.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not as bad as I remember at all.
But the thing is,
But also, that's not the only one that was better than I thought it would be.
yeah.
Because I think we need to re-rank our tier list. Attack of the Clones is like the second best film in the series.
Do you think so?
Yeah, the only bad...
No.
There's one bad thing in that movie. It's the sand line. That's all that's bad in that film. That's all that's actually
I
bad
actually
in
like
that
the
film.
sand line for the memes alone.
I never clicked that the reason he hates the sand is because he's from Tatooine. It represents oppression to him.
Yeah.
I don't know how I never clocked that as a kid.
People as well are
and
like...
then by the time I gained sentience as an adult and formed my own opinions, I only thought about it as the meme line.
But people as well are like hating on his acting. But it's like, if you actually look, it's not that bad. Because he's trying to mimic like Darth Vader's kind of cadence and stuff.
He is, yeah.
But that's kind of hard to do when one of them's a robot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so
And
that's why...
voiced by a black man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, why he's probably not
Yeah.
coming across. I don't think he was that bad. I don't think prequels are that bad.
No, they're not.
But the only thing is...
Sith is so good.
The only thing, though, with The Phantom Menace is if you deleted that movie...
Yeah?
Like, if you showed her all, like, original 6 movies, but you didn't show her the first one, she'd
Like
still
Phantom
put it
Menace?
together.
Yeah, she would, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
The only thing you don't get is if you're going watching the Clone Wars and stuff and you haven't seen Maul. You know.
Yes, yeah. So we've begun the Clone Wars as well because she wanted. Well, so here's how it went, right? So we finished Phantom Menace, right? Jar Jar shows up and she goes, "Is this guy here for the whole movie?" I said, "Yes," and she was
I
like,
don't think he's that annoying.
and then she was like, "Is he here for the whole trilogy?" And I was like, I don't remember how much Jar Jar is in the next films.
He has like one line in Attack of the Clones and then he's like, one line in Revenge of the Sith.
I don't even know. I don't even think he has a line in Revenge of the Sith. I don't remember it if he does.
Oh no, because he gives the emergency powers to the Chancellor in the second one.
Correct.
And then he's seeing at Padme's funeral, but he doesn't speak.
I don't think he speaks.
Yeah.
So,
But if you show that movie to kids, because
Yeah.
like Star Wars, it was made for kids. Like,
yeah.
Like when you were younger, I don't know about you, I thought Jar Jar was hilarious. Like, I thought he was so funny.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't.
he is
dislike him at
funny.
all.
He is funny. God, my fucking favorite thing in the world was we put on the Phantom Menace, right? Press play on the remote, right? Boom, 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 boom. But you get through the crawl, right? And it's these 2 Jedi, and they're both stroking their beards thoughtfully, and it's a trade dispute. And Georgia likes politics and stuff, so whereas the Trade Federation plotline I think would scare most people off, Georgia was actually more on board. She
Yeah.
loves that stuff. So, you know, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, "Oh, yes, Master, aggressive negotiations, yes. Oh, we have to go to the droid cars." And she goes, "What the fuck is that?" whoa, I didn't think we were that racist in Star Wars. I go, "Oh, yeah, no, these guys, yeah, 100%, yeah. Oh, the droid cars, no, this is getting out of hand, now there are 2 of them. Who the fuck okayed that?" That is crazy.
What's mad as well is they use the Force super speed at the very start and they just don't use it again.
What do you mean?
Like, Joe and the droidicas are shooting them.
Yeah.
And they're blocking them. And then they're like, "Oh, it's time to go." And they just like turn into the Flash for like a second. Just go, "Zoop."
I didn't notice that as it happened. That's
Oh,
funny.
because it only happens once ever. It's the only time that force power is shown. They just super speed out of there.
That's crazy. I don't remember that. I thought they pushed the droidicas up against the wall.
No,
and
they
they
super speed out of there.
Fuck. And I just watched the movie. I guess I was. To be fair, I'm
It's a
looking at.
one-off Jedi power.
I'm looking at her face a lot as I'm watching these.
Yeah.
But so we got through Phantom Menace. She really liked it. Obviously not Jar Jar and stuff like that. But also, like, I need to give credit where credit is due. There's 2 sequences in the movie that I thought were way worse than they actually ended up being. Okay, and they are, first of all, the fight on Naboo with the Gungans and the droid army is actually pretty good. I actually like that they use ionized water because it's
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so it's
I didn't
ionized
know
water,
what it was,
and
yeah.
because it's ionized, it can hold its surface tension in larger, like, surface areas. So that's
Yeah.
why it's like grenades. But it still is like, if you break the surface tension, it releases a charge. They're an underwater species. Of course they...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I was like, shit, that's really cool, actually. I wish we saw more, like, without Jar Jar, because, like, Captain Tarpals is kind of cool. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
gonna have to rewatch all the Star Wars movies.
yeah, no, definitely. It was
When
a great
Mando
time.
and Grogu comes out, I think we redo our tier list.
I agree. Yeah, I'm down for that. But
I'll have Andor watched by then.
that sequence is pretty cool. Jar Jar's actually not that annoying in the sequence because he's like...
I never thought he was that
He
annoying.
keeps falling upwards in the battle, so he is making progress, so I wasn't that annoyed. And also, oh my god, dude. The pod race is awesome.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. I always thought that was kind of dumb. I don't know. I wasn't that interested in it as a kid because I guess there weren't lightsabers. That sequence is fucking incredible.
It's also got the best lightsaber fight ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duel of the Fates?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Wouldn't it have been so cool though if they let Colin Trevorrow make that
I
last Star Wars
know.
movie and he was able to call it Duel
Call
of
it
the
Duel of the
Fates.
Fates. Fuck, dude. I know. So then we move on to Attack of the Clones, right? I told her, like, when we rank these as a tier list or whatever, I put this movie lower. But I think this is like...
It's my least favorite.
But it's
of
very
the
dear.
original
It's
six.
one of the most dear to my heart.
Yeah.
Because it was my favorite as a kid.
Jango Fett is sick.
When he showed up on screen, because obviously, like, she started Star Wars with The Mandalorian. So
Yeah.
when he shows up and he's doing things and whatever, when you see him, like, jetpack away from, like, Zam Wessel, you know, and Obi-Wan and Anakin are chasing Zam Wessel through Coruscant and the speeder bikes and whatever, she was like, holy shit, there's a Mandalorian. And I was like, oh, fellas, we got her. So she was like, who is this Mandalorian? And why has he got silver armor? And I wonder if I didn't ask her, but I wonder if in her head she was like, is this Din Djarin's armor?
Yeah.
You know, because it looks like that from afar, you know,
Yeah.
which I think is probably intentional. But then, you know, we get through Camino and stuff like that. And then she gets, you know, and he asks for one unaltered clone for herself. She looks at me and she goes, why the fuck would anyone do that? And I'm like, don't know, you know? And then they say his full name, finally, Jango Fett. And she goes, one unaltered clone. She still doesn't get it. Then she opens the door. Shh. Boba, is your father home? The gasp!
Yeah.
It was so fun. It was so fun. And then, of course, when Django eats shit in the movie, she was so sad.
Yeah, I was annoyed. I hated Mace Windu.
Oh, dude, we both did. But I also, something I think is really interesting is like Mandalorians are Jedi killers,
Yeah.
right? And Boba has a braid on his armor. Django doesn't, but we know from Star Wars Bounty Hunter, which I think is canon again because it got re-released as a remaster. We know that Django has definitely taken Jedi on. What I think is really interesting, I never thought about this until I watched the movie, right? Jedi fight defensively,
Yeah, Mace Windu doesn't.
but Mace Windu doesn't.
Yeah.
When Mace Windu runs up on him, moves towards him through the blaster fire of those two West Air 34s, pew, pew, he does not expect that to happen.
Yeah.
He has no counter for that. So it makes sense why he's able to get him. I just love the way small things connect like that. Just
Yeah.
really small things are really cool like that.
But the whole plan of Palpatine sending Dooku, who sends Jango, who sends Zam Wessel, who sends a robot,
Yes.
who sends a snake.
Yes.
That's kind of stupid.
No,
but
she agreed it's so convoluted, you know? But also, like, that is how conspiracies work.
I still to this day don't understand the Cyphedia stuff.
Well,
to be honest,
do you know
I
what?
still don't
Do you
get
know? Okay, so like, yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know or is watching these movies only once or twice, when Obi-Wan gets to Camino, he learns that the Clone Army was commissioned over 10 years ago by a Jedi named Sifo Dyas, and Obi-Wan says Sifo Dyas has been dead for longer than 10 years, right? So that doesn't make sense. Do you know what Sifo Dyas was supposed to be?
No.
Sifo Dyas is a typo. It was meant to say Sido Dyas, Sidious. And then George, Lawrence Kasdan, or whoever's looking over the script, I actually don't know if it was Kasdan on Attack of the Clones, but whoever's on the script, I'm just going to say it's Lawrence Kasdan for the purpose of this. Lawrence goes, you know, oh, George, you made a typo here. It says Sifo Dyas instead of Sido Dyas, you know, so it doesn't look like Sidious anymore. And George goes, well, keep it. We'll make it a new guy.
Fair.
That's how, yep. So, sure. Okay. And then Star Wars Bounty Hunter, I think, explains a little bit more about who Sifo Dyas was, I think. And he shows up in the Clone Wars as a Force Ghost for one episode.
I think the big problem with the prequels, though, is...
Rebels. Can't remember.
You have, like, if the Clone Wars show didn't exist, right? The big problem with the prequels for me is... So you have the
clones
first...
look dumb.
You have the first movie where Anakin and Obi-Wan, like, they interact twice, I think, in the movie.
In the first film?
Yeah, I think it's like...
Yeah, I couldn't believe how little Obi-Wan was in Phantom Menace.
Yeah, and then... So that... Whatever. But then in the second movie, you're like... You separate them.
Yeah.
Until the end.
Yeah.
And then the third movie, they're together at the start, and then you separate them till the end. So,
Yeah.
like, they don't share a lot of screen time together. So how are you supposed to buy that they're, like...
Best friends.
Yeah.
I think
That's
you
my
do,
thing.
though.
But I see the
still
thing
think
is
you
like,
do, because they've got such amazing chemistry.
But I think, like, I seen someone said a while ago that would have fixed it is if in the first movie you aged Anakin up a bit.
To like 12.
To be closer to Obi-Wan's age.
Yeah.
And then, like, they were like, you could do this, but you don't have to. But, like...
Less in the time skip then.
Bit of a love triangle thing between Obi-Wan, Padme, and Anakin.
Well, see,
it would show his spiral more.
My favorite thing that the Clone Wars added to the whole canon is not necessarily, like, a Mandalorian thing, as you would expect from me.
Oh, what's her name?
Satine.
Yeah.
And so, like, because I think most people believe that Obi-Wan knows about Padme and Anakin.
There's a deleted scene from Revenge of the Sith, I believe, where...
There's a scene in season 6 of the Clone Wars where he sees them together, and he knows. And he tells Padme, if you ever need anything, you let me know. And I love how...
He's my favorite Star Wars character.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's so fair. But I love how in the Clone Wars they explore that relationship that he has with Satine, and how, like, the regret that he has from that, he is even in that matter, something that he barely has any experience in, as love and relationships and all of that. Even though he can't directly talk about it with Anakin, he is still teaching him.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that he's nudging him towards Padme rather than away from her, even though we know how ultimately that pans out. But then, to not get too lost in the sauce, we get to Revenge of the Sith, right? And also, Georgia couldn't believe it when the two of them were, Satine and Obi-Wan were a thing.
Yeah.
She started getting the implication, then she was like, Obi-Wan is a Mandalorian boo thing? What? I was like,
Did you think Anakin's turn to dark side was a bit rushed?
So here we go, right?
Okay.
No.
Really?
She loved it. And by loved it, I mean at the end of Revenge of the Sith, she was bawling her eyes out.
That's the one Star Wars movie I showed Rachel and she liked. What was that one?
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's this...
But she liked the love story kind of part of it. Like.
Revenge of the Sith is not just a good Star Wars film.
It's a good movie.
It's a good film. It's a
my
good
two
film.
favorite scenes in all of Star Wars, I think, come from Revenge of the Sith. Well,
Which ones?
Maybe not my favorite in all of Star Wars, but where he's telling him the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise. And if you,
she loved that. She tried to talk and ask me a question about a previous scene during that scene, and I said, "Whatever it is, hold it. You need to pay attention. Trust me. Just trust me."
What's really funny though is watch that again now and just look out for how many times Palpatine turns his head, because every time he says something, he does.
He does. Yeah, I noticed.
And they're watching like an opera show of like
a goldfish.
No, it's the stuff that when you rub your eyes too hard, you see the inside your eyelids. And then my second favorite scene in the movie. It's probably the one time where George...
But it's visually a cool scene, yeah. I think. Yeah.
But where George, like, actually tells you something without them speaking is like when Anakin's in the council chamber looking out the window and she's in, like, their home looking out the window and the music's playing.
Yeah.
And they don't talk and no one says anything. And it's just him looking out and her looking out and then he has the one tear. Oh, it's
so good.
That's so good.
It's so good. But yeah, no, she loved it, but like the whole time, like just screaming at the screen, like Anakin, stop! But you know what he has. You know what will be. You know?
I like as well the theory that like I don't even know if it's a theory if they confirmed it, where it's how Padme dies isn't from heartbreak. It's Darth Sidious kills her to revive Vader.
Oh, I've never heard that. So he transfuses.
That's the theory, is that when he like...
It seems in her your anger you have killed her.
Joan, he comes down, he puts his head in Anakin. He's like, oh, he's still alive. After the
That's him transfusing the life force.
People are basically saying that like, because it doesn't make sense she would just die. So people are saying that's the reason that she died.
And because if she lives, he can be brought back to the light.
Yeah. Wow. So he killed Padme using the Force and basically like... revived Anakin,
which I fully believe he could do.
Yeah, but then as well, if you look at it, like even though it's a terrible movie, The Rise of Skywalker, Ben Solo basically gives his life and he brings Rey back. Yeah, so it's like that power.
It's definitely canon. Yeah. So wink, you know.
And then as well, it's like
I like that.
And he's like, oh, he could influence the midichlorians to create life.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's like midichlorians as well, right? I think it's a stupid concept until someone said to me that's why Vader's nerfed, is because he lost. 2 arms and 2 legs, so his midichlorian count is actually lower now.
I don't think midichlorians are stupid, because here's what I think about midichlorians, right? I don't think that midichlorians... I think that people think about midichlorians backwards, right? And it's because of how Qui-Gon's line about them is phrased. But the Clone Wars does some clarification that I think is better. My understanding of midichlorians is however attuned to the Force you are, that will create midichlorians in you.
Okay.
Like how you create white blood cells.
Okay.
I don't think you're born with a midichlorian
Yeah, but the
count.
way
I
it's
think
presented.
I think you're born with an attunement to the Force, and that determines your midichlorian count,
Yeah,
which
see, that
in
would
turn
make
is
more
how we
sense.
measure your attunement.
Yeah.
Do you get that's because in my head the Force is an ecosystem, and if it's to mingle with living things, then there must be an ecosystemal, connection there.
And
So
then because
that's how I
when
understand it.
Vader's like cyborg, there's less of him, so he has a less of a midichlorian
Yeah,
count.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. But yeah, she loved them. She bawled her eyes out. It's so fun watching someone discover these movies for the first time because they are just magic. But she was inconsolable that night we finished Revenge of the Sith. She was just constant tears in her eyes, just staring at the wall. She couldn't even look at me. Funny.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to rewatch all of them.
What's that?
I'm gonna have to rewatch all of them.
And we're doing those people on Reddit and stuff have made here's every Clone Wars episode you need to watch.
Yeah,
We're
But
doing
there's
those, but we're throwing in some of my personal favorites as well.
Yeah.
So we didn't start with the movie, right?
yeah, just maybe not watch that.
The movie's not great, right? And also
I don't think you have to watch
the
the
only
movie.
thing you have to explain is that
Ahsoka's
Ahsoka
there.
is a snippy bitch. She is as arrogant as Anakin. The council hope by pairing them that they will cancel out their arrogance and learn from each other, which by the way, they more or less do. But also Anakin's journey away from the Jedi happens mostly during the Clone Wars, right? Especially towards the end of season 5. I believe.
But there's a thing
But-
isn't there in the Clone Wars where depending on the color of the title of the episode, it tells you
Yes.
how serious it is or if
Yeah.
you need to watch it.
Yeah.
Because the red ones are more adult. Kinda.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I only learned about that recently.
But what I was going to say is we started with the episode with, do you know the clones who were on the outpost in front of Camino, Echo and Fives and Heavy?
Yeah, yeah.
We started with that episode because I wanted to give her context on what the clones are, and then we went to, do you know the Malevolence episode where Plo Koon and the Wolf Pack are in the escape pods, and it's the whole thing of but sir, we're clones, we're meant to be expendable, not to me.
Yeah. The goat.
The GOAT, the best Jedi.
They bring every Jedi back from Order 66, but not the best one.
Not the best one, not Plo
Not the
Koon.
best one.
Yeah, it's so annoying. Everyone's oh, dude, no one actually died in Order 66. If it's all a vector to get me back, Plo Koon, I don't care.
He's the only Jedi they can bring back to 5 that I wouldn't be annoyed.
No, not
Anyone
even
else would be
slightly.
annoyed.
Not even slightly. He's so good. He's so good. Anyway, that's my Star Wars for right now. I hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoyed watching those with
I'm
her.
gonna
They were a bunch of fun.
I'm gonna watch all the movies and I'm
keep
gonna
going
watch
with Andor.
and we're gonna watch Thing, and then we're gonna re-rank the tier list.
If we rank them, let's rank the Jedi games because I think they are that good.
Is there any other games?
There's not really any worthy games. There's Outlaws, the Ubisoft game, but that's not really my thing. The coolest thing about that is she has a reprogrammed commando droid that wears a trench coat. He's kind of cool.
We could do the
And
those
NT5,
games.
I think.
We could do those games for book club or something maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm actually kind of excited for Star Wars.
I'm
again,
very excited.
which is something I never thought I'd
Can't
say.
wait. Can't wait.
I got some quick fire topics.
Let's do them.
Yellowstone. They showed a new trailer for the Dutton Ranch. It sucks. It looks terrible. Yellowstone's not a good show. Stop pretending it is. Anyway,
Billionaires can't make good television, especially not about poor people.
one day you're going to watch the Yellowstone for book club, and then you're going to have a 2-hour rant about me saying how Yellowstone is just not good.
You gave me a choice last book club between that and Pirates, and I didn't have to hesitate. I will do everything in my power to not watch Yellowstone. Fuck billionaires making everything.
Mortal Kombat 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Apparently, they've cut a significant character.
Oh, have they?
I believe Sub-Zero's not in the film.
Oh, he's Noobs. He's Noobs, I bought.
I don't believe either of them are in the film significantly.
He's on the poster.
He is, but I heard a rumor that he is not in the film significantly I read some of an article that he's not big deal in the film because they want to do a different movie that gives him full justice,
Oh, fair.
which is interesting.
I don't know. Have you seen the first Mortal Kombat?
No, but I saw.
My man was sick.
They back then they put out the first 10 minutes on YouTube of Scorpion's origin story.
That's the best part of the movie. That's unreal.
It's so good. It's
That's
unbelievable.
unreal.
It's unbelievable.
So I watched that movie. The middle part of the movie is kind of crap.
Yeah.
That first 10 minutes is sick.
Yeah.
That
I'll
is
probably
so
watch the
sick.
film. I love Mortal
And
Kombat.
then the last 10 minutes is Scorpion comes back from hell to fight Sub-Zero. Right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's unreal. You should watch those two scenes, not the rest of the movie. Though, oh man,
I'll be honest with you. Even if it's bad, I wouldn't mind. I don't mind if Mortal Kombat is cheesy and bad. You know what I mean?
Sub-Zero's the fucking boogeyman in that.
He's terrifying.
sick.
He's terrifying.
But
as he should be.
The new one, people are saying it's pretty decent.
Really?
Yeah, they're saying it's really.
Is it
really,
MK2?
Yeah, they're saying it's really violent. Really decent. And I was like, I'll wait till that comes out and streaming to watch it. Now I kind of want to go see it.
I'd be down.
Yeah.
I'll go see that with you if you want. I'll be down.
Yeah.
I'll be down. I can watch the first one right before we go see it.
Yeah, we might do that this week.
Let's do it. That sounds fun. We could do a spoiler talk. I'll be down for that. What else you got?
I have an idea for a little extra segment to our podcast. We'll get to that at the end. I think it'll be quite fun.
You're devious whenever this comes out. I don't know. I'm terrified.
Next week, these kind of topics go together. The Punisher One Last Kill comes out.
Yeah,
Daredevil finished.
How excited are you for this?
I'm pretty excited. I think John Bernthal as the Punisher is one of the best superhero castings ever.
I actually agree.
Yeah.
I still think the Punisher is kind of dumb, but I think he's a good cast.
I think he's great. So Daredevil finished.
Yeah. How'd you feel?
Oh man, what a show.
Yeah.
What a show.
Apparently,
will I give a few spoilers?
Yeah, please. I've heard there's going to be a time skip for season 3.
At the end, my man reveals to the world he's Daredevil.
Fuck off.
Yeah. So like the Kingpin made a promise he wouldn't reveal
I'm Spartacus.
He wouldn't reveal, like, there's like a mutual respect between the Kingpin and Daredevil, which is why they work so well. So like he, at the end of season 3 of the Netflix show, he figures out that Matt's Daredevil and he tries to have him killed, and then at the end he's like, you can put me away, whatever. He's like, I'm going to come after the people you care about. I'll tell the whole world who you are. And he's like, you won't do that because if you do, I'll go after your wife. And so then they have a mutual agreement, and Fisk is like, I won't go after your people. I won't tell anyone who you are. And then Matt's like, I won't go after your wife. And they're shaking it. And like, they actually respect that. They don't go. They don't.
That's
go after
cool.
it. Yeah.
Honor among thieves, basically.
And then, but then this season, Fisk's wife dies. So people are like,
no.
So people are like, oh, now he's got nothing to hide.
Not Daredevil didn't do it.
So no, he didn't. But Daredevil didn't do it. But he's like, oh, now he's got nothing to lose.
There's no leverage.
So like, he's whatever. But he still respects it. He doesn't tell the world he's Daredevil.
Wow.
But then in the end, in order to get like Fisk done in trial, he has to reveal to himself that he's Daredevil, and he does it willingly. Like,
wow, cool. That's actually very cool.
But like the climax of the show, right, for it being so action heavy. It's not an action. There is an action sequence. It's core drama.
As it should be. As it should be. Because that's the core of the Netflix show they set up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
And then, but then at the end, Fisk also, this is the one thing from the whole season I thought was kind of stupid. He just kills a lot of people at the end.
Right.
And now I guess you could say it was self-defense, right?
Yeah.
But he does kill, in fact, a lot of people, and he doesn't go to jail in the end. He like takes like a plea deal. He gets away, but Matt has to go to jail for because he revealed he was Daredevil, his vigilante stuff. Well, I was like, it'd be kind of interesting if they both were in the same jail. And you could do that.
Yeah, do a prison season kind of thing. First 2 episodes, that'd be cool. Different gangs.
What an ending. Great episode.
That sounds cool. That sounds very cool. I'm happy for you that this show is good.
But I'm glad they actually respected the fact that like they had a deal.
Yeah, I think that's very fun.
Because as well,
I like that because it's like, you know, the Hitchcock thing of like, if you show the audience the bomb under the table, you know, then they'll never forget the bombs under the table, and it will make every scene more interesting.
Yeah. There's a really cool scene as well where they use his powers so well, the like hearing and stuff.
Yeah.
So like in a certain thing, if he's using his heightened hearing to zone in, the aspect ratio changes.
That I've seen. I love that.
That's really cool.
I love that, yeah.
And then in episode 1, he puts a watch in a weapons case, and I'm like, why did he do that? But then later, when he goes to like the place where the weapons are being stored, he
knows which one is the one he's looking for.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then Fisk like understands his power. So like at one scene when they're like in the same building, he can talk to him from a different room because he can like say like his name, and then like he can zone in on that. So it's like how they can communicate while they're doing it's really cool. Like.
That's fucking really cool. Yeah.
I thought it was great.
No, that sounds sick. That sounds sick.
To the show,
that sounds sick.
And so I also have a theory for the Batman.
The Batman 2?
The Batman 2.
Okay. Does it have a subtitle?
No, it's just the Batman Part 2 at the moment.
Also, as context, when is Clayface? Is that soon?
Clayface is August, but it's not going to be tied to this. It's going to be its own thing.
Oh,
it's going to be set in the, so anyway, the Batman 2, right?
That's still weird.
They cast Sebastian Stan, and it's heavily rumored he's Harvey Dent.
That's a good cast.
They tried to cast a load of actors as his father, and no one would take the role because apparently it's going to make you like an absolute bastard. They cast Charles Dance.
Ooh.
Yeah.
As Thomas Wayne.
No, as Harvey Dent Sr.
Oh, I don't know anything about that character.
Okay, but then Matt Reeves' thing is like, oh, we're going to do a Batman villain we haven't really done before. So my theory is Sebastian Stan will in fact be Harvey Dent, and you'll have Harvey Dent Sr. as Charles Dance. But instead of him becoming Two-Face at the end, it'll become Hush. Because you have done Harvey Dent, but you haven't done Hush.
No,
that's what the
Hush.
Really. So I think, but in the comics and stuff as well, other characters have been Hush besides Thomas Elliott.
Yeah.
But I think that would be quite interesting.
That would be very interesting.
Yeah, and with that cast stacked.
Yeah.
So my theory is the villain will be Harvey Dent, but he won't become Two-Face.
He'll be Hush. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I think that's very cool.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. That sounds fun. That sounds interesting. If they do that, they might bring me back in because I didn't love the first one.
Charles Dance in anything, I'm sold.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I like. By the way, the first one is great style. I just thought it was okay. Didn't hate it.
And speaking of Batman, I mentioned to you that there's a new Lego Batman game. Have you seen anything of it?
Yeah, I see.
This looks like the most fun thing to ever be created.
That's not what I've seen.
Oh, really?
Do you know that tweet by oh my god, what's his name? Michael Caine.
Michael Caine tweet? I don't know.
You don't know this?
No.
Where he says, he's got a quote from Alfred from Batman Begins. Do you know about this? This
No.
Michael Caine tweet? I'll have to look it up. Hold on. Vamp.
So the game's called Batman: The Legacy of the Dark Knight, and it's not just a recreation of the movies. It's like a recreation of everything. So like in one of the Batman movies, Seal made "Kiss from a Rose" that plays over the trailer. This game looks sick. There's a dance battle sequence you can play as different characters.
Awesome.
It's the Arkham style
That's
fighting.
Kiss from a Rose was for Batman Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it's got it's leaning into the campy Batman and the serious Batman. But then as well, like, have you seen the gameplay?
I'm laughing.
It's the Arkham style gameplay in Lego format. Like, that's just genius.
No, it is genius. Do you want to hear the tweet?
Go on.
Okay. There's no quotes. There's no punctuation in this tweet whatsoever. It's from Michael Caine. Right? This is real. And it's in the game. It's in this game. It's an Easter egg.
The tweet is an Easter egg in the game.
Can I read it as Michael Caine's voice?
Yeah. Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. Why do we fall? So we can learn to pick ourselves up. Batman Begin. He meant to say begins, but he says Batman Begin. And in the game, there's an Easter egg where as you walk through the Batcave, he says it. And it's him. I assume it's him doing it because it sounds just like him. But it's so funny to hear it. And the Lego game is the perfect place for something like that.
This looked really fun.
Batman Begin.
There's like, they showed like a little clip as well where it's like this like random like just dance segment in the middle of the game.
I've seen, yeah.
And it's like Batman begins
to
dance.
To dance. Sounds really fun.
And all the
that game looks awesome.
You can get all the costumes and all the Batman.
You gonna play it?
Oh, hell yeah, I'm gonna play it.
Let's
it looks
go.
So fun.
I'm looking forward to the review. That sounds awesome.
They cast Matt Berry as Bane.
Who was Matt Berry again?
I can't be sidetracked with cheap sex potions.
Wait, what?
You definitely know him.
Matt Berry?
Yeah,
that's a really familiar name, Matt Berry. Oh,
he's
yeah.
He's like the English Jack Black.
Yeah, he's like the What We Do in the Shadows guy.
Yeah. He's like, I will break you.
that's a hilarious Bane. Okay, what else have we got?
Well, I have one last topic, so I'll let you
let me
Star
fire
Fox
off
stuff, don't you?
I have some Star Fox stuff, but I'm not going to start with that. I'm going to start with something a little more cringe.
Oh, my last one's pretry cringe.
Do you know who Wizards of the Coast are?
No.
They are the owners of the property Dungeons and Dragons. This is from GameDeveloper.com, article by Chris Kerr, senior editor there. Wizards of the Coast declines to voluntarily recognize Game Worker Union, and they are quoted saying, this is, I guess, from the union side, when we spoke up about our desire to unionize, they responded only to the press. So basically, Wizards of the Coast are owned by Warner Brothers, which is the most unfortunate sentence you might ever hear on the planet. Well, they're owned by Hasbro, who are owned by Warner Brothers, I believe. Right? That's the whole thing there, I think?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So, basically, Wizards of the Coast, the guys who make D&D and obviously Baldur's Gate and stuff like that, they're saying no to unions, which means we probably won't get another good developer like Larian Studios, who made Baldur's Gate 3, but declined making a Baldur's Gate 4. They said, we've had enough of working with you. You were not very nice. So they not only scared off probably the best RPG studio that's existing right now, but also they're scaring off every other good studio that is unionized, which is most of them, not most, but a lot of good studios in Europe and stuff like that, and even some in America. So, yeah, that's definitely not good. I did my Andy Serkis one. I wanted to get this one in real quick. Then I have one more. I'll talk about Star Fox as well in a second. The new Microsoft or Xbox CEO is doing a lot of damage control after the previous CEO stepped down. They were going to bring Copilot to an Xbox. Why would you bring an AI to the Xbox? I don't know. Why wouldn't you just make it Cortana anyway?
Yeah.
On the Xbox, right? But anyway, she said that's not happening. And not only that, she was also the head of AI for Microsoft for a long time before she was here. So everyone thought it's going to be AI everywhere. Well, actually, she's shutting down the Copilot initiative for Xbox and winding it down on mobile devices.
In general, the AI stuff seems to be getting
bursting.
pushed back a lot.
It's
in
bursting.
A lot of places, yeah.
The bubble's bursting,
Which
for
is
sure.
good, to be
It's
fair.
good, but also, smart woman, clearly not a one-trick pony. She's getting out of AI while she's ahead.
Yeah.
And she's going on to bigger things at Xbox.
That
and
really
she's
annoys me.
also lowered the price of Game Pass. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you were saying that before. Yeah.
Not low enough yet, but good progress.
It
What
annoys
annoys
me
you?
when you Google something and then it's like
AI summary.
Gemini AI,
And it's
I'm like,
always wrong.
can you just not do that?
Can you just let me get to real information, please? I want to read a real article from a real news source that was written by AI. Star Fox Switch 2 Remake adds amiibo support with exclusive in-game rewards. It is just called Star Fox, I think. This new one?
No, man, it looks terrible. The characters look terrible.
Yeah, dude. It looks
I thought that was from an old.
really
I seen an
bad.
image and I was like, is this from an old Star Fox game?
No. They've also changed the design. So, like, Falco has, like, chicken legs now.
Yeah, that's
like
what I'm
bird
on
legs.
about. They look.
They look awful, to be honest with you.
When is this coming out?
I am not 100%
Because
sure.
if you didn't know, that's the only reason he's in the Mario movie.
Exactly. Star Fox remake.
Oh, it's not a new thing; it's a remake.
Star Fox 2026. Yeah, it's just called Star Fox. It's a remake of the original. It is still an on-rails shooter, so you can't move your plane. You just hit shoot. And you do a barrel roll to dodge. Don't know who's going to pay $70 for that, if it costs that. The game is set for a worldwide release on June 25th, very soon, 2026. It is a reboot of the series as a whole. Supposedly, it is a kind of a rehash of the original game. But,
Like,
don't
looking
know,
at
man.
the characters here, they don't all look terrible, but Fox looks awful.
Fox looks really creepy.
Yeah,
Like,
he's like Uncanny Valley, like.
he reminds me of, like a taxidermied animal
Yeah.
in a bad way. Like, look at the way his lip... Are you looking at this image as well?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
awful.
the way I'll put this up on screen. The way his lip curls. I will say, I actually like their clothes. Like
It's the face model.
it's the face models. That's what's bad. Falco looks
Are
terrifying.
his legs robotic, Falco's? Oh no, they're like a soft.
They're like chicken walker, like bird legs. But like I liked the drip. Do you know what I mean? I think it's weird that Falco has like wings. You know, and I believe he still has like his talon hands kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. Like when I see him here, that doesn't look quite as bad, but it still doesn't look great. Like you see in this image here.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't look great, but it doesn't look quite as bad. But it definitely looks bad. Oh no, sorry. Falco actually has. Jesus Christ, I don't know what image I'm even going to use for this. I guess I'll save this image and I'll use this one. This is the one you guys are seeing. Falco's hands are like. Here, look at this. I don't know how to describe this. They're finger feathers.
He's got the Nosferatu fingers going.
Yeah, he does, dude.
You must bounce on it.
Oh my god, yeah, this looks rough. Also, like, this is like very minor, but like, Fox also has dog legs, so his boots look weird.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, the frog doesn't look bad.
He just looks a bit wide. I think I don't. Here's my problem, right? Is that these look like too not stylized. They look like this looks like AI concept art. To be honest, like this looks like Mid-Journey or ChatGPT made images of this and they took it out. Also, Fox's teeth look always hanging out. I just don't know, man. I just think this looks really rough, and I don't know who's paying whatever money this is going to cost for a rail shooter. But I actually can't find what it's being priced at.
It's probably a full price game.
You would assume it's a full price game. Price. It's a Switch 2 exclusive. I am seeing that the price is going to be between 20 to 50 euro, but I cannot. Yeah, it's 50 euro digital, 60 euro physical. I don't know, brother. I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
I'm not terribly sold on that.
Well, while you were talking, I got a notification, so I actually have another topic.
Okay. Breaking news.
DC will host a showcase at its animated TV slate at a festival in June with first looks at Starfire, Mr. Miracle, DC Superpowers, Creature Commando Season 2, Batman Cape Crusader Season 2, and My Adventures with Green Lantern. I have nothing more for you than that.
Cool.
But now my last topic, or do you have another topic?
That's it for me.
So
There's probably something. I feel like I'm missing something this week, but I can't think of it. So we'll pick
there's
it up
a
next
show
week.
coming out next week that I think we should cover for the lols, even if it's just 10 minutes. You don't have to watch it every day.
Okay.
You don't have to watch it every day. You can just watch bits, and we'll just recap it and just take the piss.
What the hell are we doing?
Love Island.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Just watch little bits and then recap it for like 5 minutes. Take the piss. I think it could be quite funny.
Okay. George is going to be all over this, dude.
Let's watch Love Island.
Okay, fine. We'll watch Love Island. What's your favorite Love Island moment? If you had to pick one.
Moment.
Yeah. I really like the moon.
The moon.
Yeah. It's from Love Island, Australia. Where your one's like, it's crazy to think the moon is so much bigger than Earth. And your man's like, the moon. And she's like, yeah, the moon is so much bigger than Earth. It's like 5 times bigger. And he goes, I don't think so. She goes, it is. You said you were into astrology and stuff. And he was like, those are different. Those are definitely different. And she's like, oh, you're an idiot, and walks away from him. And then she's in the booth. Then she's in the booth on her own in the confessional, and she goes, it is bigger. Has to be. Like she starts doubting herself immediately. But in the clip, there's a little cat in the villa. I don't know, I guess Love Island, Australia, they have cats. And when she says it's bigger or whatever, the cat, they cut the shot so that it looks like the cat turns and looks at her with big wide eyes, like, what is this bitch on about? It's really good. It's really good. I'll show you the clip after. What's yours?
I don't know. There's no moment standing out to me, but I'm sure it's something like that. It's usually the unseen bits are way funnier.
How do you mean?
Like when you watch the actual show, see, this is the thing with Love Island is I hate the first like 2 weeks.
Then it's good.
And then the drama starts.
Yeah.
And I know it's all staged, but I still get invested.
Shout out our boy Scott.
I still get invested. And then the last week happens all the dates, and I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
But like the unseen bits always just has like just the lads taking the piss. And I just love watching that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Like I liked the first one I ever watched was season 5, and like Tommy Fury in them. And my favorite thing was just watching the lads like take the piss, but it was always the unseen bits. They were like recreating Harry Potter, but just taking absolute piss.
Yeah.
Or like when they had to take care of the fake babies, and they were just like breaking the legs off and yeeting them on the place. Like, that stuff I like. I don't care about the actual lovey-dovey stuff.
Definitely, yeah. No, for sure, yeah. Okay, I guess we'll cover Love Island. Anything else you want to cover before we wrap up? I think we've done a hell of a job here.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for watching episode 12 of Double Exposure. Don, play us out. That's muted. That made no noise from the audience.